get ready to tackle that never-ending to-do list and spring into action with my 2025 cleaning routine. From dusting and decluttering to organizing and sanitizing, I'm sharing my top tips and tricks to help you get your kitchen sparkling clean in no time. Whether you're a cleaning newbie or a seasoned pro, this routine is designed to be easy to follow and customized to fit to your busy schedule. So grab a cup of coffee, put me up on your TV or your favorite device, and let's get started deep cleaning my kitchen. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and into my home. So before we get started on any deep cleaning, we need to go ahead and tidy up the space. So basically that means putting things back where they go, so that way you're not deep cleaning around a mess, okay? So for me, that's going to mean going ahead and unloading my morning dishwasher. I loaded this up last night and I washed it overnight. Now I need to go ahead and unload it, and then I'm going to reload the dishwasher with all my breakfast dishes. So I'm going to need the sink because I need to soak some things in there, so I want to have that available. This is the 4th video in my spring cleaning series, and this year I have broken down my spring cleaning checklist and I added in the most important tasks into my zone cleaning. So if you aren't familiar with zone cleaning, it's where you divide your home up into zones and you deep clean in that zone for 1 week. Through the years, I've adjusted the task to include 7 that has me cleaning everything from the ceiling all the way down to the floor. You can divide up all those 7 tasks into 1 a day, or you can do it the way that I'm doing it here today and get it all done in 1 day. So towards the end of this video, I'm going to give you some information on how you can maintain this deep clean until you get back to it in 5 or 6 weeks. So tell me down in the comments, how is spring cleaning going for you? Are you following a detailed spring cleaning checklist, or are you winging it? Now, that's okay if you're just winging it. Progress is movement forward, and that's really what counts. But when I was young, I'm telling you, I used to wear myself out with spring cleaning. I had a full list of things for me and my family to get done. So many things that spring cleaning started to feel like a burden, especially to those in the family that really didn't enjoy the process. It was after a few years of this that I began adjusting my zone cleaning checklist because I wanted to simplify it, but I also wanted it to include tasks that would lift some of the burden from my spring cleaning checklist. So things like cleaning the corners of my room of cobwebs and wiping down my cabinets, cleaning the backsplash. These are tasks that I do in my zone cleaning, making for much less work than if I left it for once a year. So I mentioned this the last couple of weeks, but Michael and I have been on the carnivore diet. We absolutely love it. It's got so many benefits, but the drawback is the amount of oil that I have over here by the stovetop. And also I'm constantly cleaning pans of oil, and it's also in my oven. So there's just oil everywhere, so annoying to me. So right now I'm cleaning my cast iron skillet. We used this morning to make our breakfast. And the way that I do this is I go ahead and I heat it back up, and just enough to where I can loosen up some of that oil. I use a paper towel, I wipe it out. Then I give it a good wash, and I put it right back on that stove because you want to heat off any of that water. If you don't heat off the water, it will leave rust. So you want to get that heated nice and hot, okay? We spend so much money on this cast iron, we want to be sure that we take care of it. So speaking of cast iron, I'm also going to be cleaning the grates on my stove. And the way that I do this is I fill my sink with some scalding hot water, as hot as I can get it, okay? Then I put in a couple of the dishwashing pods. This will really help to loosen up the grease off of those grates, all right? By the way, who else puts their cast iron in the stove? There's just no better place to put it because it's so heavy, right? I can't put it in my drawers, and I can't put it down underneath in my cabinets because they're just too heavy. So as you notice, I'm using my gloves, right? Because I just had that hot pan on there, so you know that grate is hot, right? Okay. Well, your dum-dum girl right here is picking up all these things, okay? They're nice and cold till I pick up that last one, and I burn my hand. Ooh, yes, right there. I burned my hand pretty daggum bad. I'm going to show you that here in a minute. but I'm just going to put some cool water on it, some cold water. I end up putting some ice on it, having to hold on to some ice for a while till the pain could go away. Then I put a glove over it because, you know, I did not want to mess it up with any of the somewhat chemicals that I'm using today. So anyways, be very careful and don't be a dum-dum like me. Okay, I'm back. So I put some ice on it for about 45 minutes, and then about 15 minutes now I've taken the ice off and I'm doing okay. Let me show you what we got here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. So you can see the blisters on my finger, on my fingers. I've got one on my thumb right here. Okay, but now I'm ready to continue working, so I'm going to pull out that Doca Pole and we're going to continue working from the ceiling all the way down to the floor.
It's the least I can do. You know I was trying, it was never enough. I needed somebody, but it got too much. And I know that I've got my problems, and sometimes I lay them on you. But hear me out and give me a chance to say it out loud. Pray for me while I pick up the pieces, turning things around, and maybe things will get better.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out my lightweight step stool, and I'm going to clean the cabinets, the fronts of the cabinets, with the Method Daily Wood Cleaner. Now, about every 2 years around springtime, I will use my Howard Feed and Wax. I shared that product with you last week when I did my dining room table. Turned out fabulous. So anyways, I do these cabinets every 2 or 3 years. It does not need to be done every year. The product is fabulous and it really does last. But anytime I'm in here zone cleaning, I will clean the fronts of my cabinets. So this is the easy way to do it. You can also use a Swiffer that you put a cleaning cloth on, or a microfiber cloth. If you don't want to step on the step stool, go ahead and just spray your cabinets and use the Swiffer with the cloth on it and wipe everything down. But I really need to get some scrubbing done here. As you can see, I'm doing it over the stovetop because of all that oil. So you'll see me go over it a couple of times because I want to be sure to get that oil off of there so that it doesn't build up. So this is the way that I maintain these dark cabinets in between using the Howard Feed and Wax. I will get in here every 6 weeks and I will clean the fronts of the cabinets off.
You give me hope with everything that you do. I make so much progress when I'm here with you. You hold all the pieces, all of me in your hands. Wait for me while I pick up the pieces, turning things around, and maybe things will get better. So wait for me.
Okay, so now it's time to clean off the top of my refrigerator. This doesn't get done nearly enough. Out of sight, out of mind, right? My husband did pull it out and had to do something in the back of it. So he did clean the back of it for me when he pulled it out. But I need to clean the top here because it's a mess. And it still had its Christmas decoration up there. So I took that down. I'm going to bring something a little more springy and stick it on top of here. Something did spill, so I'm having to get that nice and clean. I cannot reach to the back of it unless I open the door. So you'll see me do that. I'll open the door so that way I can reach to the back of it. And then I'll also pull out this nifty little gadget that I have that I can clean from underneath the refrigerator. We do have two very furry kittens, and their fur goes everywhere. And you'll see when I get under there that they've got fur underneath there.
Walking on my own, these streets, they're still reminding me of you. There's a girl, I recognize her curly hair, but not the guy that she's walking next to. And suddenly I start to see that you and me are done. How do I know my time is up? He's taking over. Why do I feel this much right now? Cause he's taking over. Love's never bothered me this much, but he's taking over. I guess that I need you by my side. I wish I told you when I still had the chance, but I was too young to feel what's in the air. Yeah. Now sunny Sunday turned to Monday when I saw his arms around your waist and eyes overall. And suddenly I start to see that you and me are gone. How do I know my time is up when he's taking over? Why do I feel this much right now? Cause he's taking over. Love's never bothered me this much, but he's taking over. I guess that I need you by my side. Yeah. In this case, we cannot have it both ways. Oh no, 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 no. But I'm too late. Back then I didn't notice that I was in love with you.
How do I know my time is up?
When he's taking over. Me this much. I need you by my side. How do I know my time is I need you by my side.
Okay, so you remember that I told you that in my zone cleaning, I have simplified it to 7 tasks. It has me cleaning everything from the ceiling to the floor. Okay, well, you do have a few more tasks in a kitchen and in a bathroom because you're going to have like the oven and the range that you need to clean, the dishwasher, microwave, backsplash. In the bathroom, you might have, you do have your tubs and sinks and toilets and the mats and the towels and things like that, right? So, in my weekly cleaning schedule, it breaks it all down for you. It's a checklist. If you would like that checklist, just head to the link in my bio, and at the bottom of the link, it's going to say how to build a cleaning routine, something like that. If you click on that, it has all of my printables on there, which include the weekly cleaning schedule. It's got an idea of what mine looks like, and then it's got one blank for you to fill out yourself. I also have a playlist of videos that will help you get started. Now, while you're in that link, if you go ahead and you put your email at the top of it, I will send you my monthly newsletter. I'm almost done with this month's newsletter, and I'm so excited for it. It's all about spring cleaning, the history of spring cleaning, lots of fun stuff in that newsletter. So I really don't want you to miss it. So if you go to the link in the bio and you go ahead and put in your email address, you will get that newsletter the first of every month.
All that I've been dreaming about, it is all too close. I got it all, but I'm paralyzed. I don't know which way to go. But I keep walking right into your arms, and even
Somebody put a sticker on there.
standing with you, got it all in my hands, but I don't know how to breathe. I'm walking outside, taking in all the air, but I don't know how to breathe. I'm fading away under the lights, but I figured it out. This is all 'cause of you. 'Cause you take my breath away. All the voices inside my head used to be mine.
This is the Method Daily Granite Cleaner. This leaves a nice shine on my granite. You can use it to clean, but I think of this more as a shiner than I do a cleaner. So that's why you saw me clean the counter, and now I'm going to use this to shine it up. And I have a new microfiber cloth.
And if I'm falling with you. I'm standing with you, got it all in my hands, but I don't know how to breathe. I'm walking outside, taking in all the air, but I don't know how to breathe. And I'm fading away under the lights, but I figured it out. This is all 'cause of you.
I set this up as our little coffee bar. We also take our vitamins, our elixirs, things like that. That's what I have all sitting over in here, including those little shot glasses. we don't use those to drink. We use those to put our elixirs in and take those. We keep those in the refrigerator, and then we just use those to put our elixirs in. And then I love these cute little birds. I got them at a vintage store. You put oil and vinegar in them. I just thought they were really cute. I couldn't find any of my bunnies, so I thought I'll just go ahead and use these little birds. They're super cute, and you know, they deserve a little place right here for now until I find something else to put there, and then they'll go back up in the cabinet. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give my rag a very good rinse, and then we will continue cleaning.
your presence, unlike no other I had met. You got me spinning out of context, not really sure what I should do. This is the reason I am leaving. Can't live with or without you. Oh, won't you sing to me? There ain't no other way but you sing to me. As simple as I say. No need to overanalyze it. We grew apart more every day. When times get rough, I try to tell you we need a fight in every way. No hugs, no kisses could protect us from what the future had in store. Love is a flicker in the distance. Oh, you try to grab it and it's gone. Won't you sing to me? There ain't no other way but you sing to me. Simple as I say. Won't you sing to me? There ain't no other way but to sing to me. As simple as I say. Oh, won't you sing to me? There ain't no other way but you sing to me. As simple as I say. Oh, simple as I say.
If you allow your degreaser to have some dwell time, it is simple work when you go to wipe it back up. So that is my biggest tip for you today, is allow your products to work for you. Don't immediately spray them on and then wipe them off. If they are meant to sit, like a degreaser is, allow it to sit. Give it time to sit. Same thing with the grates that are inside the water in the sink. I'm giving those time to really, really work and degrease. This is just going to make it so much quicker when I go to clean them off. So another thing that I do every couple of years when I spring clean is I will go ahead and seal my granite countertops. You've seen me do that at least a couple of times on this channel. But I tell you, my granite is turning yellow. And I know that over here by the stove we got a lot of grease, all of that. But do you see that little white area over there? Why is that happening? I do clean the counters every time we, cook and all of that. I clean the counters. I don't even use see it right there? That's what the counters originally look like. That makes me so upset. Now, it hasn't really done it over here in the bar area, so I know it has something to do with the oven and the stove. I don't even use the two burners on the left side, so I don't know why that left side of the counter has turned yellow. And then also, the center one is the one that we've decided that we're going to use instead of using the two on the right, so that way I can try to protect the counter on the right. However, that's still not working. So it just goes to show how much oil really sprays around, when you're cooking with grease and steaks. We eat a lot of steak, very thick steaks, a lot of grease. And I do use the little screen over my pan. And when I put it into the oven, I will put some tinfoil over it because I have had my oven get totally messed up from all this grease. And then of course I have to clean these grates all the time because they get grease on them. And then when you go to turn on the stove or the oven, no, the stove, when you go to turn on the stove, you've got the, you know, the smell of the grease, and you might even have some smoking. So anyways, that is the biggest drawback to cooking, you know, with so much grease and meat and doing the carnivore diet. Basically, that is the biggest drawback for me. There's a lot of benefits to it though. So, you know, I weigh it out and doing my best just to keep everything clean. And I am looking for a company to see if they can come and do something with my countertops. If there's some sort of cleaner or a machine, like a deep steam machine or something. In the very beginning, I used to steam the countertops. You guys might remember me doing that. The Bissell Steam Shot, I used to use that on the countertops, but I don't even think that's enough at this point. I think it's going to need like the big dogs to come over and help take care of these counters for me because I'm really upset about it. If you have any ideas, I would love to hear them down in the comments. I have used a degreaser. I have used the Dawn Power Wash. Is that what it's called? Yes, that's a major degreaser that I absolutely love. And I've used that on here, scrub and scrub and scrub. I used anything that's not going to be toxic or scratch up my counters, right? So I feel like I've run out of options, and that my only option now is just to find a company that will come out and clean it. So if you have any experience, ideas, recommendations, go ahead and leave those down in the comments for me.
A little nonsense is what I need. Now if you wanna get the best of me, got you smiling, that's for sure. Funny how you had the best of you. I don't know if I'll make it home. I don't know, not like I care. All I know, sound of disco. Only know I want the best of us. So I dance the night away when nobody's awake. I'd be the last to stay. Dance the night away, no matter what they say. Dance the night away when nobody's awake. I'd be the last to stay. Dance the night away, no matter what they say. 2 a.m. and we lost your friends. Pretend I don't know how this night will end. I feel your heartbeat, the DJ plays. Oops, I did it again. I don't know if I'll make it home. I don't know, not like I care. All I know, sound of disco. Only know I want the best of us. So I dance the night away when nobody's awake. I'd be the last to stay. Dance the night away, no matter what they say. Dance the night away when nobody's awake. I'd be the last to stay. Dance the night away, no matter what they say. That's the
One of the spring cleaning tasks that I wanted to get done today, but I just don't feel like I can do it with my hand, is I want to take those bar stools and remove the felt pads that I have on the bottom of them, give everything a good clean, and then put some new felt pads on there. A couple of them are missing, so when the grandkids come, I have a grandson who I homeschool once a week, and he and his brothers come over. This is where he sits to do his schoolwork, and when the chairs are moving, sometimes they scratch, right? Because I don't have the pad on a couple of them. So I would like to do that. I will be doing that once my hand feels better. But right here, I'm going to go ahead and use that handy dandy thingy-majiggy. I don't even know what to call it, but you know, I can get right behind there. I can get underneath there. I can get underneath my my couch, all kinds of things. My washer, my dryer. I love this thing. The pole does extend, you know, out really far back. You can get to the side and you can see my kitty wants to play with all those toys that the grandkids have dropped. But you see all that fur? That comes from those kitties. I've got 2 of those furry kitties right there. And man, they are cute, but boy, are they a mess. But anyways, they're about ready to get groomed, and they will have much less fur once we get them groomed. They've gotten a little bit matted because they had to wear some little body suits when they got fixed, when they had their surgery. And in order to keep them from licking and all of that, and I didn't want to have to keep the cone on them constantly, I went ahead and put them in bodysuits. But that really made a mess of their fur, kind of matted everything up. But anyways, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to vacuum all of that up. I'm going to vacuum around this area, and then we are going to do some grout cleaning.
But I don't wanna fall. I know with you I have to.
Okay, so this is my heavy duty grout cleaner. This is the one that I like to use when I know I need a good product that's really going to cut through this. I do have a more gentle grout cleaner that I use more regularly, but if I've got some work that needs to be done, this is what I pull out. As you can see, I put on my shoes because you don't want to step in this and all of that. And I pulled my pants up. I look like Steve Urkel, don't I? But anyways, do you even know who Steve Urkel is? If you know who Steve Urkel is, you're about my age range, right? So anyways, this is the grout brush that I'm going to use. It's nice and curved. It kind of like goes down into a point, and it will fit right into the grout, and it will help you to give a good scrubbing.
Waiting for answers. Now it's up to you. Waiting. I know that I've been going back and forth. I know that I've been leaving you with questions. I know I should, but I don't wanna fall. I know with you I have to learn my lessons. And you go up when I go down, and you see clear when I go blind. When I fall hard, you turn me around. Oh.
Hey, you're not going to see me do this on camera, but I did end up doing it when I remembered that I needed to do it. But when you use a grout cleaner, it's going to spray up on your baseboards. As you can see when I'm doing this, it can slosh up against your baseboards. You want to be sure that when you go to mop all this up, that you also get down there by the baseboards, because you don't want it to pull any of the stain or anything like that out of your baseboard, okay? All right, so this is my Joy Mop, and this is what I'm going to use to mop everything up. I love the Joy Mop. It is so easy to use, and it's small and compact. And if I need to do small jobs, this is the one that I pull out. So you put it in there, you get it nice and wet, and then as many times as you run it through that second hole, it wrings it out, okay? I'm going to just go ahead and go right over the grout lines and pull up as much of this product that I can, and then I will go back and mop. And then after that is when I remembered, oh my goodness, I needed to do the baseboards. So I ended up pouring out all the water and then just going back and using some fresh water. Look how dirty the pad is. That is all from the grout, and that's because of all that grease, right? I did get us a new mat to go in here, and it's a very nice mat. It's very nice and soft and comfy, and I like it because it's larger than what I had over here. Michael loves to help me with the dishes. He loves to help me in the kitchen, but he oftentimes gets a lot of water on the floor, and this is a good way to have something pretty here, but also to pick up any of the spills when he is helping to do the dishes. All right, so how do I maintain my kitchen in between these deep cleans until I get back in here in 6 weeks? Well, I follow 3 very important routines. Okay, I have my daily routines, which include my morning and my evening routines. These help take care of my dishes, my counters, stovetop, refrigerator, and pantry. It's going to keep all these areas clean and tidy, okay? Then I follow my power hour routine, which is weekly, and this takes care of the fronts of the appliances, the glass front cabinet doors, and mopping the floors. And my reset routine, which is for weekends that we have let areas go. Maybe we relaxed and we just didn't take care of things. Maybe we've had company over and I need to do a reset. And this is going to help reset the whole kitchen for the week. I break down these routines in this video that will detail and inspire you to follow a cleaning routine. Go ahead and click on the link and watch it now. You won't regret it. I'll see you again in next Thursday's video. Until then, stay blessed, my friends.